Morning. So today we're going after leg belts. It's been a interesting start to the day. BJ's truck might have blown up in his driveway, so the day's getting better and we haven't even started yet. But at least we've got this ray of sunshine to brighten up our day.
Talking about me?
Yeah. Alright, this leg takes 4 belts. I've got 3 of them that are the same brand. One of them's not, which is not ideal. But I think it will get us back to harvesting corn. While I was getting the belts, the guys were getting the corn out of the leg. All the drags are also full though. Yeah, just like the other grain setup, a pull rope that I use at the top of the leg is blown loose and it is now draped over the top of this holding bin. This one had a carabiner. We used to always tie it off to the leg tower. I don't know how this one got loose. Probably able to get that loose. We need a new pull rope. So anytime millwrights put these cables on, which I don't know what the way around it would be other than taping it maybe, them cables right there, the slack, they just leave open and everything gets tangled up in them, which I guess we shouldn't let our pull rope dangle. Like I said, we had that thing carabined off there, so I don't know. Either way, we need a new pull rope. Guessing we probably don't have a 150-foot rope around here. While we're up here checking bins, this bin will still hold about 10,000 bushel, which is good. The wet bin will hold about 15. And then the other 2 bins will hold about a couple thousand a piece. So we got enough space that we could run all day today. Or we could run, by the time we get all this fixed, partial of a day today and partial of a day tomorrow. And then we're gonna have to switch to double crops or start hauling to town. Problem is, Cargill is only open till noon tomorrow. I don't know if they're short on space or if they're short on business, but only open till noon on a Saturday in November. Wonderful. It's a long ways up here. Whew. But it's a pretty view. So we've got our new pull rope. It's down to Dad. He's tied on a bag full of tools and 4 new belts. Hey, you got a screwdriver or something? I don't know if you can see it, but Dad's perched in his chair down there. That kind of sucked. But not much about this job doesn't. Bit of a bird nest in there. Alright, we've got the belts loosened up where they'll come off. Look out below! Probably right on my truck. Yep. Huh? They're all off. So, like I said, we've got 3 that are the same brand and 1 that isn't. The oddball we're going to put in the back. Hopefully, this isn't a gigantic mistake, but it's kind of important we get going again. So, we'll hopefully at least get us by for a while. When I talked to the bin guy, he says not ideal, but it would be enough to get us up and going today. He talked like this thing would probably run on 3 belts just fine, but next time we service it, we need to put 4 matching belts on. I've got the new belts on order. They will be here, 3 of them today, later today, and 1 of them Tuesday. Today is Friday, the 14th of November, in case you're wondering. Acreage wise, we have 316 acres of corn and 420 acres of double crops. So, not where I want to be. We had a really good day yesterday. We did 200 acres, or 100. We were on track to do about 130 acres before this happened. I think we ended up with about 110 total for the day, which for us in 4 or 5 different fields, that wasn't bad. Now obviously this has delayed today quite a bit. Today I just hope we finish where we were at. We've got 55 acres there. The 55 acres isn't going to be the hard part. The problem's going to be, my plan this morning was to transfer grain, move grain, make space, and we didn't get to do any of that. So that's going to be our problem later today, is space and what we can hold, where we can hold it. So. Now, in case you're wondering how the belts burn off this time, I believe what happened, now I wasn't here, I was at the field, so I'm not 100%, but I think that when Jeff switched the distributor head to a different bin, I think he accidentally didn't quite have that pipe lined up. So I think the leg just couldn't take grain and get it to a bin as fast as we were dumping it, because we were only partially in the leg pipe that we were trying to go to. BJ said when he got here it was about half in, half out. So that's, I mean, stuff happens. Not mad at Jeff or anything. I wish it didn't happen, obviously, but stuff happens. So like our other leg, it's a turnbuckle under here to tighten it. Basically what you're doing, you're pushing the motor and the gearbox away from each other, which puts tension on your belts. Before we fillet our hand open on some of this tin, stuff's sharp. Put our gloves back on. That way our finger stays with the glove when we cut it off. Easier to find to sew back on that way. I ain't saying you could play the banjo on those belts, but pretty close. So, if you're wondering, the old grain bins are, well, actually no, right there. Might be able to see the roof of the hoop barn over there. Can't see the grain leg because of a tree. Not real far from here. Well, the belt's turned. That's comforting. So everything runs. We have serviced the leg. Now we're going to put the panels back on and get down. It moves! Yeah. I was worried that the distributor would be full of corn. BJ said he could move it from one side to the others. Good. That is a dirty job. That is a crappy job. I don't want to do it right now. Really don't ever want to do it. I need to hold it. Alright, I think everything is back to operational finally. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to write down what my bin level was on our number 2 bin, that was up there. Try to keep this stuff up to date. there's our stats, what we got. Full. Could probably hold 2K. And 10K in bin 2. And then our wet bin, which should probably hold about 20K. So in an oversight, fuel trailer's empty. Not sure why we didn't fuel that up while we were fixing this, but whatever. I'm gonna get Dad fuel in the Thunder Wagon. He's heading down to Charge right now, or Charge. Heading down to Shell, so. We're gonna put fuel in this thing for him. Now to top it off, this semi died overnight. I think we have a short somewhere because that thing's set for a week and a half and never was dead, so. So I think what happened, Jeff got back, the key was an accessory, but it's pulled out. So I'd say he turned it off, pulled it out like you would with a car, but battery was still drawing. Truck's been sitting there for about 2 hours, so it's dead.
You were the last one to do this. The last time it was dead in the field down there, I'm pretty sure you're the last one to drive it. It was safe back.
Possible?
I mean, it happens.
All is saved. Saved by the magical cables. So in the beginning of the video, I said that your truck blew up. Do we still think that's what happened?
I don't know. There's oil everywhere underneath it.
Are there parts hanging out of it?
No, that's a good sign, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if a hose blew someplace and it's just went straight down on the drive shaft and slung it everywhere. If it landed in a cold, wet, gravelly driveway this morning, it really wasn't conducive to figuring out what was going on.
All right, we're gonna go get our fuel. Normally I'd give somebody a camera, but I think everybody just wants to get to work and not mess with the camera. So everybody's starting to feel the pressure of completing harvest, so everybody's a little. Mrs. Brown just called. She wants to come with me. I guess she's just obsessed with me. I'm kind of a catch. At least she seems to think so, and that's the main.
Always walking me.
You just can't get enough of me.
Actually, I want a break. I'm tired.
It's not pumping?
Oh, that's right. Well, get it dry.
So apparently the Thunder Creek was completely empty. So just getting it primed, but we're pumping now. How you like your bread? I'd prefer to not smell like diesel fuel. Huh. Huh. As you can see, we've had our share of issues with this fuel fill. Get my window wash service going. So when we're close to the main tank, anytime we fuel up, we give the combine greasing on any 50-hour fittings, and we clean our windows. But since we're here, we're just giving her a quick clean. Yeah, looks like they've got the field all opened up now, and they're going back and forth in the big rows. Should finish this place here in a couple hours. I think when we started this morning, or this afternoon, we had about 55 acres left. They're pretty long passes now that the field's opened up, so it'll go kind of quick, which is good because it's boring when it doesn't. I am not sure what Daxie Boy's doing. Looks like he is running home. So school's out for the day, and I brought BJ his little dumpling. And this boy is covered, just covered head to toe in chocolate. You got the diabetes all over you, boy. So we're gonna hop in and I'm gonna finish the field. Dad is gonna cut out a little early. There's not much left. There's only, I think he said, a couple truckloads left. And then we're gonna see where we're at time-wise and space-wise. We're about to catch the wet bin. Is gonna be the main holdup. Over here along this field, there's several oak trees like that one right there. Several saplings that are probably a few years old. I don't know how hard it would be to dig one of those out and put at my house or like somewhere around my yard, like a nice big shade tree in a few years. I don't know. Never done that. If you got any experience, let me know if it's possible and what would be the best way to go about it. Because they're no good right there, but like that tree right there looked pretty good. My house. I don't know how he can see. There's a couple corn stalks there. It's a good sign when you get a big pile of corn stalks. That means the combine guy had to stop for a while. All right. See if I can remember how to do this. Well, at least the transmission temperature sensor still goes off all the time. I was worried that that feature had been disabled. That thing goes off all the time. So this is the field that we tiled a couple years ago, and we had a great stand, probably the best stand in emergence we've ever had in this field, but yield's still off quite a bit. Still got some more work to do. I think this field's gonna make 160, which for over here isn't terrible, but I was kind of thinking we'd still be in the 180s to 200 range, and we're not gonna make it. Come on, Bubby. Where you at? Pretty sure I just hit the unload button for where the gleaner would be. So if you're not familiar, the gleaner and the Fendt, they have the same cab and the same joystick. There's a couple buttons that are different on the gleaner versus the Fendt. I think it's mostly because on the gleaner, the auger's either in or out. And on this one, I think I can feather it back incrementally a little bit, or I can throw it all the way out. So the button layout's just slightly different in that regard. I'm pretty sure where my header height control button is on this is where my unload button was on the gleaner. This is also my first time unloading on this thing with the scoreboard. I like it. I can see why people like that feature. Pretty handy. I guess it's been a while since I've been in this. Probably just wait on me. Well, I guess I'll be on the other side. So one question I get pretty often is what are those yellow things doing and why are they only on half of the head? So that is a corn reel. And it's only on half of the head because this head folds in half. So if we had it on 12 rows, the head wouldn't be able to fold without crushing those. And usually when you're in down corn, it piles up right there. Everything gets brought in and it's actually pretty helpful. My main complaint with it is to use the corn reel. You have to be running this box constantly. And that controls which function you're doing. Like, so right there, that raises it. If I wanted to telescope it in or out, then I've got to come over here and hit that button. Last year we had a lot of down corn, and in my experience with it, it was kind of cumbersome to do those. I wish we had two dedicated buttons for the corn reel. We don't. It was better than not having a corn reel because I never had to get out to kick that stuff into the combine, but also not super quick acting. And for whatever reason, the hydraulic system in this combine or the reel, it's almost like there's air in it all the time, like it doesn't move real fast. Well, this field is complete. So I think what our plan of attack is going to be is to get everything moved tonight and Cargill is closed for the evening, or they're about to be closed. By the time we get everything moved, they will be. So we are going to leave the trucks that are loaded, take them to Cargill first thing in the morning. BJ and I are going to try to haul a couple of those. Jeff can't come in tomorrow, so just be him, BJ and I. We need to create some space. This should all fit on that truck. Oh yeah. No problem. It's definitely going to have his 1,000 bushels though. This might be why Dad switched me right at the end. That way I'd do this. Yep, it's all adding up now. A little dusty. A little dusty. Fold in our power ladder. I think we're ready to go. You guys are just going to have to hang out up there for this move because I ain't going to have a way to hold on to you guys and the tiller here. Got our seatbelt buckled. We got our ladder folded in, head folded up, grain extensions down. We're in road mode. I think all the checklists have been checked. So the road that we're going on is it's a pretty busy 2-lane highway with a lot of mailboxes that are really close to the road. But also there's a narrow spot that we go around quite a bit that I just absolutely hate moving the combine on, but it is what it is, you might say. Jeff should be down here any minute in my pickup or Dad's pickup or somebody's pickup. He's going to go ahead of us, I believe. Pretty narrow road. It's not real narrow, but there's a steep ditch on the other side. So normally I would just hang out on the berm, but the berm's got about a 4 foot drop, which I don't feel like riding to the bottom. Well, at least this Jeep's getting over a little bit. They're not. They're actually really close to the yellow line. I do appreciate their ability to not get over at all. Must not be about to hit him because he ain't even flinching. Takes all kinds. There's my aunt. Hello, Aunt Becky. One thing about it, with this folded head, I think they think I'm a gigantic death machine. So this is not the first time I've moved the Ideal Drive. It is the first time I've moved it on a narrow road like that. Every other time I've moved it, it's really been on pretty easy to maneuver on road with farm machinery. I can get squirrely, but it's definitely manageable. Also, any combine can get pretty squirrely when you get that rear tire in the ditch. You'll start fighting it. It'll start sucking itself down in there because it's the steering tire. So if you're a viewer and you encounter farm machinery, one thing I would encourage is if you can get over, that's very, very helpful. But if you do get over, please try to get over at a different spot other than directly across from a pole or a mailbox. Because it really makes it very tight right there at that point. These people are here being real nice. Road's kind of wide now. They're still taking the ditch for me. Jesus. Hell, that fella stopped traffic for us. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. The guy didn't have to stop. By God, he stopped her in the middle of a highway. That might be the first time someone's ever stopped traffic in the middle of a highway for us to turn.
Pretty good at that day.
Tell you, I think people see the front end of this thing and they think I'm driving a gigantic death machine.
You're scared as me if I didn't know what it was.
All right, we're back to home base. Well, folks, that's going to be it for tonight's video. Thanks for watching. If you would, do us a favor, tune in tomorrow. But also, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop us a comment. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.